Eddie Palmer was once a high school athlete, smart enough to earn a college scholarship. But things went downhill fast. He got mixed up with drugs and other criminal trouble, and that path eventually landed him in prison. Years later, he is released on parole and tries to rebuild his life by moving in with his grandmother, Vivian. After a long trip, Palmer finally arrives at her small home, where she has been living alone. She welcomes him with open arms, and he settles into his old room.
I thought you were coming in earlier.
Bus was late.
I straightened up your room. You go on. Go get settled.
Okay.
From the window, he notices a little boy next door named Sam, an 8-year-old who spends his time playing with dolls beside his mother, Shelley. Vivian has a soft spot for Sam. His parents often disappear for days, leaving him alone, so she steps in whenever she can and looks after him like her own. And this is where his story begins. This is Palmer. The next morning, Palmer heads out to look for a job, but being a former inmate shuts every door he knocks on. Even for simple construction work, he gets turned away. When night comes, he ends up at a bar to clear his head and reconnect with old high school friends.
Holy shit! I thought you were getting out for 5 more years, man!
No, you could grow a beard.
All right. When did you get out?
A few days ago. I was Palmer. You're next.
While he is there, Shelley slips into the seat beside him. He tries to ignore her at first, but she keeps flirting, and after years in prison with no contact with women, Palmer gives in. They leave together, and he spends the night at her place. The next morning, he slips out quietly, only to run straight into Vivian outside. She is hanging laundry and sees exactly where he came from. With Shelley known around town for her addiction problems, Palmer knows how bad this looks, but Vivian chooses not to make a fuss. Later, she asks him to take her to church. It is Palmer's first time back since being released, and the people there cannot help whispering about him.
God, you remember Eddie. Stop.
After the service, he chats with some familiar faces, but they are startled when they notice Sam nearby, moving with a gentle, feminine manner that sets him apart from other boys. The following day, Palmer goes job hunting again. Vivian reminds him to pick up groceries on his way home. That night, after another long and disappointing search, he stops by a supermarket to buy what she asked for. There, he spots a job opening posted at the cashier counter, but the moment he tries to ask about it, the manager shuts him down, claiming the position is already filled. It is clear he is simply being brushed off. Frustrated and angry, Palmer returns home, only to be accused by Vivian of keeping some of the grocery change. That misunderstanding is the last straw for him, and he storms back out to drink. At the bar, he notices another job listing on a bulletin board, this time for a janitor position at a local school. The next day, Palmer heads straight to the school to apply for the janitor position. As it turns out, this is the same school Sam attends. There, Palmer meets Sibbs, the head of the cleaning staff, before being sent to the principal's office for an interview. At first, the principal rejects him the moment he hears Palmer's history as a former inmate. But Palmer does not back down. He explains how badly he wants a chance to prove he has changed, and how even applying for a janitor job still gets him turned away everywhere he goes. His honesty finally reaches the principal, who decides to give him one shot, a second chance to rebuild his life and rejoin the community. That night, Palmer sits down for dinner with Vivian and Sam. Vivian apologizes for accusing him about the missing grocery money, admitting she had simply miscounted. In the middle of their meal, a phone call comes in. Palmer learns he has officially been hired. The three of them are overjoyed because after so many rejections, he finally has steady work at the school. Soon, his first day on the job begins. At the same school, he crosses paths with Sam, whose classmates keep teasing him during lessons.
Stop, Toby!
Toby?
I didn't do nothing.
All right, everybody, keep going.
But trouble hits again. One morning, Palmer cannot find Vivian anywhere. It is unusual for her to sleep in. When he goes to check on her, he discovers she has passed away.
We're here to celebrate Vivian Palmer. And in our celebration of remembering her joy, until we are once again reunited with her.
You take as much time as you need, Palmer.
With his grandmother gone, the days that follow are filled with Sam stopping by every morning and staying until evening. Palmer is uncomfortable, still struggling with Sam's gentle manner and the idea of taking care of a child who does not fit the typical mold. Despite knowing Sam has been abandoned by both parents, Palmer wants nothing to do with raising him. He brings Sam to the police station, leaves him with Tommy, a friend who works there, and files a report against Sam's parents for neglecting him for 2 weeks. Palmer tries to walk away, but he cannot. Something in him refuses to leave Sam alone in that place. He turns around, returns to the station, and brings the boy back home. Days pass, and Sam begins following Palmer everywhere. Eventually, word reaches the school that Sam is now living with him. This prompts Sam's teacher, Maggie, to visit and check on him. She tells Palmer she is grateful someone is finally looking out for Sam after everything he has been through.
Miss Maggie, all the flying princesses are flying to the moon. I love it. Hold on.
I mean, I didn't know her well, but she seemed like a really good person.
She was a good woman.
So how's it going?
Good, yeah.
She even gives Palmer her phone number in case he ever needs help caring for the boy. That night, Palmer finally figures out why Sam smells so bad. The boy is terrified of going to the bathroom alone, so he avoids bathing unless someone stays nearby. Palmer is uncomfortable with the situation, but Sam is so frightened that he has no choice but to stand outside the bathroom until the boy is done.
Y'all ready to get out? I'm ready to get out.
What's that?
I'm ready to get out.
Just get out. Here.
It's cold.
Later, Palmer sends Sam to sleep on the couch while he takes his room. As he settles in, he looks through an old photo album and remembers how much he misses his own father. The next day after school, Tommy's wife asks if Sam can come over to play with their daughter, who happens to be Sam's classmate. Palmer agrees. Once he finishes work, he goes to pick Sam up. At first, he plans to wait outside because everyone inside is playing pretend cooking games. The idea of a tough ex-inmate sitting on the floor playing make-believe feels impossible to him. But after a while, he gives in and steps inside. Sure enough, Sam and his little friend are deep in a pretend kitchen play session, and Palmer ends up awkwardly joining them.
Careful, Palmer. It's hot. Sorry. Oh, this is beautiful. Pinkies, please.
Yes. Real good.
Oh, I love it. I think I'll have a little more.
A little later, Palmer decides to take Sam to a football game. He hopes that being around more traditionally masculine activities might help the boy feel more confident as a regular kid. When they arrive, they run into Maggie, Sam's teacher, who is running a small food stand. She invites Sam out for a fun weekend bowling trip. Sam immediately begs Palmer to come too, and after enough insistence, Palmer reluctantly agrees. Once the game begins, Palmer hopes Sam will be interested in the sport, but the boy is far more captivated by the cheerleaders dancing on the sidelines. The next day, the three of them go bowling together, and the outing becomes one of the happiest moments Palmer has had in years. He grows closer not only to Sam, but also to Maggie.
Singers harmonize to the everything.
Don, can I have some money to play some games? Thank you.
You know, sometimes, yeah, it can be a little too, country.
From that point on, Palmer and Sam start living their days almost like a father and son. Palmer drives him to school, brushes teeth with him, celebrates his birthday, gives him a ukulele, and teaches him how to play, takes him out for drinks at a cafe, and tucks him in at night. All the while, Palmer still reports to the police station every week, checking in because he is still on parole.
Well?
Have him in the cup.
Chris. There you go. Oh, one left. There you go.
Yay! Palmer, Nothing.
Good night, Sam.
Nah.
But the happiness does not last. One day, Palmer goes through Vivian's will and discovers something he never expected. His grandmother had written that when she died, her entire house and all her belongings would be donated to the church. Palmer is stunned. He immediately calls the notary to confirm the details, and they tell him the will is valid. He will need to move out within a month once the house is sold, and the only money he will receive is $5,000 from the sale. The following day, Sam is bullied at school again. This time, the other kids call him gay. Palmer happens to witness it and steps in immediately, warning the boys to leave Sam alone.
Y'all get out of here. I'm gonna break your arm. Go.
As Halloween approaches, Sam asks Palmer to take him to a costume shop. While looking around, Sam excitedly chooses a pink fairy costume. Palmer loses his patience. He tells Sam that boys do not wear pink, and no boy should dress up as a fairy. In his frustration, he pushes the idea that Sam should pick something more traditional, something like a prince. He tries to lecture Sam over and over, but after all that arguing, they still walk out of the store with the pink fairy costume in hand. The next day at school, Sam gets mocked again for his outfit. But the mood changes when Maggie arrives wearing a full principal costume, complete with a mustache. She stands in front of the class and reminds everyone that on this celebration day, every child is free to be whatever they want and wear whatever makes them happy. Her words lift Sam's spirits and he starts to smile again. That night, Sam and Palmer join Maggie at her home for a Halloween gathering. Once Sam falls asleep, Palmer and Maggie share drinks and open up about their past. Maggie asks how Palmer ended up in prison, and he finally tells her the truth. He explains how a serious injury forced him into early retirement from football, how the depression that followed led him into drugs, and how, when he ran out of money, he made the terrible decision to rob a wealthy friend's house. When the friend's father caught him in the act, Palmer panicked and nearly beat the man to death. He was arrested shortly after and spent 12 years behind bars. Now, he is trying his best to make amends and become a better person. As days pass, Maggie and Palmer grow even closer. She visits him often, even when Sam is not around. But one afternoon, while they are alone in the house, Sam suddenly bursts into the room in tears. He tells them he has been bullied again. Palmer instantly tells him to stand up to the rude kids, but Sam reveals something that shocks him. This time, the bullies were not children. They were Palmer's own adult friends. Hearing that sends Palmer into a rage. He storms off to the bar to confront them, and once he finds them, he unleashes all his anger.
He's already wearing a dress. I just gave little faggots.
Hey! Palmer! Simmer down, man!
Funny to you too, Coles, huh? Was that your fucking house? I wasn't there.
You ain't walking away this time.
12 fucking years!
The fight is brutal. When Maggie sees how violently he reacts, she is deeply disappointed. Unable to accept what she has just witnessed, she decides to walk away from him. The next day, while Palmer and Sam are working on a letter for Sam's favorite cartoon club, Shelley suddenly shows up. Without warning, she takes Sam with her. Palmer can do nothing about it. No matter how messy her life is, she is still Sam's biological mother. But it does not take long before things spiral again. Soon after Sam moves back in with her, Child Protective Services arrives at the house and removes him. Palmer rushes to follow, but at the office he is not allowed to see Sam, let alone take him home. Because Palmer is still on parole, the agency considers him unsafe for children. He is told that only a legal guardian can visit Sam. Frustrated, Palmer goes straight to Shelley. He brings money, hoping she will sign a statement naming him as Sam's legal guardian. It would make him Sam's adoptive father. Shelley refuses immediately. Palmer keeps trying to convince her, promising that he will protect Sam and give him a better life. He points out that in her current condition, she cannot take care of him. But Shelley stays firm and forces Palmer to leave.
That I can do it.
Please take the money.
No.
Shelley, listen to me.
Don't look at me like that.
Please.
No. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me. Get the fuck out of my house!
The next day, Palmer and Maggie appear in court, hoping to persuade the judge to grant him guardianship. But the moment the judge reads his criminal history, she rejects the request. She decides that Sam will be placed in a group home because it is safer. Palmer begs her to reconsider. He explains that he understands what it feels like to be abandoned. His mother left when he was 5. His father died when he was in high school. After that, Vivian was the only family he had, and now she is gone too. Because of that, he knows exactly how lonely Sam feels. Just as the judge is about to finalize her decision, Shelley walks in and supports the same plea Palmer has been making. Hearing from both sides, the judge eventually grants Shelley permission to take Sam home again, but still refuses Palmer's request for guardianship. The following day, trouble erupts once more at Shelley's house. Palmer hears shouting, and this time Sam's stepfather becomes violent toward both Sam and Shelley, who is using drugs again. Palmer steps in, grabs Sam, and takes him away.
Come on, Sam. Hey! Hey, where are you going, my boy? Hey, you son of a bitch!
He walks aimlessly through town with the boy, unsure what to do, simply trying to keep him safe until things calm down. When he calls Maggie for help, she warns him that the police are now looking for him. Shelley has reported him for kidnapping. Realizing he cannot run, Palmer decides to return. When he brings Sam back, Shelley breaks down and hugs her son in panic. At that moment, the police arrest Palmer. Sam, knowing who has truly cared for him, runs after the patrol car crying, trying to follow the man who has become a father figure to him.
Too soon.
No, baby! Let it go!
It's okay.
Palmer! Palmer! Palmer!
The next day, Palmer is released from custody. Shelley has withdrawn her report. Back at home, Palmer, Maggie, and Sam are spending time together when Shelley arrives at the door. She asks for a moment alone with her son. During that conversation, she tells Sam that after everything that happened, she realizes how deeply he loves Palmer, almost like a real father. She knows she is not in a condition to care for him, so she makes the difficult decision to give Palmer full custody. She also promises Sam that she will enter rehab and do everything she can to get clean and become a better mother someday. From that moment on, Palmer is officially Sam's parent. The two embrace, overwhelmed with emotion.
I love you with all my heart. You want to live with Palmer?
Yeah.
Come here and give me a hug.
A few days later, Palmer drives Sam to school like usual. Before starting his shift, he is called into the maintenance office. The head janitor hands him a key to the storage room. Palmer was never allowed inside that room when he first began working. To anyone else, it may seem like nothing more than a simple key, but to him, it means trust. After years of being seen only as a former inmate, that small key feels like someone finally believes in him again. Meanwhile, Vivian's house has been sold, and Palmer and Sam pack up their belongings. They are preparing to move in with Maggie. Before they leave, Palmer hands Sam a letter he had been waiting for. It is the reply from the cartoon club he wrote to earlier. And in that letter, Sam learns he has officially been accepted as a member of his favorite club. So the moral of the story is sometimes the family you fight for is not the one you are born into. And the people who have lost the most often love the hardest. But it hurts that life makes them prove their worth over and over before anyone finally lets them stay.